And then when you mix it with the rain, it's even more difficult for them.
Definitely a sting in the tail of Rally Acropolis today.
Stemis is the best Greek so far.
Yeah, you said yesterday, it's so important, isn't it, to be at the highest place national at your home event. It gives that extra bit of pride.
He also said yesterday that I feel it's really warm, so I feel sorry for the other guys from colder countries to be here out fighting, because he felt it was really, really warm.
Yeah. Let's have a chat with Panagiotis.
It's the final day of the Acropolis Rally, and like normal, it's not going to be an easy one out there. What was this one like for you?
Yes, it is something that we don't expect it. Yesterday night it was too much rain. Now the states start going to be dry a bit, but in some places very muddy. So there we try to be careful.
Being Greek, what was it like for you driving back to Lamia last night in this storm from the Super Special? That was crazy.
Yes, that was crazy. The most important it was that it was only straight. We don't have curves, because if we have curves maybe... But okay, and the last year at Rally Acropolis at the Reke we had a similar storm, so thank you.
Yeah. We remember the Recce well last year, some drivers having to be towed out of sections because they were getting stuck, and it was really similar conditions last night to what we saw last year. Raging storm, high winds, torrential rain, thunder and lightning is all very dramatic, and it definitely made a dent here. Now we're just hearing news in from the Junior WRC. They're making their way through stage 13, which is the opening stage this morning. Fabio Schwartz has rolled. Crew are okay. That's disappointing for Fabio because he's running in the midsection of the top 10. Let's turn our attentions to the Masters Cup trophy as part of WRC2 now. Armin Kramer has had super success this weekend. He's been on the top step of the podium on a big number of events. I think it's 4 wins that he's had in total. Yeah, 4. And looks like he's going to take one here, and that would then mean the championship clinched for Armin.
Yeah, I think so. He's leading now by 100 points in front of Ricardo Trevino before this stage. Before this rally, sorry.
Yeah, he's on 100 points. Trevino on 88.
Armin, good morning. Were conditions as expected in here?
Oh, it's really, really tough. It's difficult. I think you feel no grip. Okay, it's a little bit crazy when the day before and Friday it was too hot, so that is muddy. Okay, but we are here, and the moment is fine.
Yeah, big day for Armin Kramer, and what has been a super season for him.
Just fascinating. I'm watching, all the co-drivers, and you can see Ella there. She was working, getting 2 bottles of water, taking care of the time card, putting the paces down, the road book up, adjusting the stopwatch to make sure that everything was fine, checking the time card, the right. It's a lot of work for the co-driver, and on top of that they get the driver's helmet, sometimes the glasses. It's a lot of work for the co-driver.
Miguel Granados now. I hope you guys appreciate that work, Ivy Bridlson. I'm liking the fact that you're mentioning it now.
Yeah, we appreciate so much, because without them it's impossible. On the way to the hotel the other day, Q was in the back seat and said, "Go left," and I turned left, and she said, "You listen to me." Of course, we always listen to the co-drivers, so we respect them, and we appreciate them so much.
That is good to hear. Miguel Granados completes for us. We're on stage 14, the penultimate stage right now, with our WRC2 categories. 14:19.4 is the time for Miguel. Difficult conditions in this one. Let's see how he handled it.
Miguel, how is Sunday going so far?
Very good. There's just one stage to go, and we have to just keep the rhythm and save the place that we have right now.
Compared to the recce, how much has this stage changed?
Yeah, a lot. I mean, this is crazy. You find mud sometimes, some others you don't, so you never get rhythm during the stage.
Yeah, I can imagine from the the baking heat, the dryness of the conditions that they had through recce to now be faced with this huge muddy stretch towards the start. And, you know, it's quite damp in sections. We can see that, the darker surface towards the end. It's just completely different.
Very slow approach from Lauriona on the last bit there. We can see he's losing some time on the splits as well. It's something going on.
Let's see what we can find out then with Molly at the stop control. Yeah, it is super slow, isn't it, towards the end here.
It's a left rear puncture, I think. So it's all about going to the end of the stage and trying to change it without making any more damage.
And this is Lauriona who we're watching.
Actually, the whole wheel looked a bit dizzy.
I wonder if he's clipped anything in here. We'll get the full story from him shortly. But it was Roberto Dapra who had damage to the rear left rim. He clipped a rock, or no, a wall, he said.
Yeah,
so there's a small wall in that muddy sector.
I think maybe Lauri hit the same stone, or... So it looked like the wheel was moving a bit. So if you get
Yeah, his car not too far behind him. That should be Nikolai Gryasin.
It's not.
No, it isn't. So we've had a bit of a change around between Solu and Yuna. Solu should have come through before Lauriona. There we go, there's that damage.
Larry, wheel damage on the rear left. We had Roberto Dapra do a similar thing on a wall in the muddy section, same place, or?
No, we didn't hit anything. There was some big stones on the road, and I think there are some issues with that. Yeah, I don't know where we got that, but yeah, it is what it is. It's really a rough state, so it's going to be very interesting on the next loop.
Yeah, there is only one more stage to go, and that's a repeat of this as the Wolf Power stage, of course. Okay, let's find out why he is now running out of order.
Morning, what's the story?
Morning, last stage, puncture left, Yona go, this go. Yona puncture.
There we go, so it sounded like a front left puncture maybe. They left him, Lauriona go past, and then they were off.
He told us a bit the sad story with the puncture, but he was smiling so much, I was smiling myself because he's so happy.
Same.
Nikolai Gryasin. Difficult weekend for them as well. Struggle drive shafts in the beginning of the rally.
Yeah, we're seeing straight away from the start of this stage, before he even got to the first split point, that he was a good bit slower than Lauriona. Similar story is from Nikolai then in this one. He He's come through with a 13:46.6. So that is back in 12th position out of a total of 15 drivers in WRC2.
Nikolai, good morning. You, like many others on this stage, have a story to tell. What happened in there?
Oh yeah, everyone else had the puncture. No, we just have the puncture in the beginning, but it's, I will say it's not because there's the stone, it's just my mistake. On the wreck I passed the corner and I wrote it like, okay, there's the stones, but I just need to go straight and not push on this corner. So we just go straight, but I don't know, maybe there was big stone. It's difficult to see when there's thousands of stones, so if one of them is like bigger one. So I just tried to pass clean, and it was hit really hard. So immediately puncture, we decided to stop and change the tire. But after we tried to push again, because there's nothing to lose for us, it was quite fun. I was not trying to save the tires anymore, because we have the second spare, but yeah. So one stage to go, for us only the sense just to have fun, to drive one more time. And from the split specs, he's actually impressive because he's going really fast on the splits after his puncture.
Yeah.
So we started off 1:37 after a puncture on behind Sami, and in the end it was only 1:22. And if it's up to Johan Rosell as well, who's the fastest at the moment, it's an impressive last part of the stage.
Yeah, that tyre damage coming really early on in the stage for him, because you could note that how much slower he was, that 130 down from the very first split. So like you said, he has done well throughout the stage to gain that time back. So we wait now then for Juan Carlos Peralta to make his way through the arch. But pretty much everyone has got a story to tell in here, haven't they?
Yeah,
a little journey that they've gone through on this penultimate stage.
It will just remind us that we will see everybody through this stage one more time, and like Rosell said, this is not over yet. So, and we heard that Neville said the same, described the stage, and they said that this is not over until it's over. So I'm excited to see this stage one more time this afternoon.
Yeah, those muddy stretches that we saw towards the start. I know temperatures are not as high as they have been, but it's still 27, 28 degrees out there.
Sure.
Yeah, looks like, doesn't it?
I feel everybody now is coming in with some kind of trouble. Either let's stop to change the puncture or pick up a puncture towards the end of the stage. And we know this stage it's rough itself, but many drivers are now going into kind of survival mode. They try just to go through the rally and try to avoid mistakes, and it's exactly at that point the mistake starts to happen, because you're not focused and you're not on your toes, you're backing off 10%, and then all of a sudden you start to hit those stones you try to avoid, and then you can see so many of them now picking up trouble.
Pavlidis now, and it doesn't look as if he's got any trouble because he's going at pace here. I love the fact that all the fans are clapping at the side of the road as well, especially when someone's coming through with an issue.
That is even better.
That is even better. They're just like, come on, like Juan Carlos Peralta here. We'll catch up with him very shortly. Nicholas Pavlidis is the next car to come in. This is the extended coverage of what is the penultimate stage here of the Acropolis Rally in Greece.
Unfortunately, a puncture there on the front right. What happened?
like 3 kilometers before we punctured and had to keep going, slow down and take care.
I believe he's a 14:19.7.
Good morning. Everything seems to be okay with you. You had a clean stage?
Yes, today it's okay. Everything is okay. We're enjoying until now. We have one more stage. We just put 2 new tires for the last stage because it's muddy. So, fingers crossed.
How difficult will you describe, or would you say the conditions in here are?
Very conditions compared to Old Acropolis. The only problem is that in Old Acropolis the cars were very slow. Now the cars are very fast and are very tortured.
How do you fancy his helmet color inside the helmet and his overall?
The whole purple thing. And the glasses were matching as well. That man has gone right. We don't see Acropolis Rally and everything is going to match. He's right with what he says there about, you know, the difference between the old and the new Acropolis Rally. Georgios Vasilakis now.
You heard last night that he brought all his friends from the office out to watch him on the super special stage.
Full VIP hospitality.
I believe so, and you could hear the difference when he arrived and also the other drivers, because they went absolutely mad when he was passing them.
He had full support there. Good. We'll be hearing from him very shortly, find out how he's feeling with just one more stage to go here at the Acropolis Rally. It's a 13:43.6 for George, and Molly Pettit will be having a chat with him. The thrilling Wolf Power stage will be the next stop for us competitively today.
Good morning.
I was trying to do the finish flick.
That was quite funny.
And it ended up on the, what do you call it? How do you call these orange things?
On the fence.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Lovely stage. It's amazing. And at some point in time I asked Tom, I said, how long do we have? And he goes 10. I was like, yes. It's a beautiful stage. It's amazing. Good. I don't know what time it is, but...
13:43.6.
And probably the top 10 have done 5.
Their fastest time was a 12:12.
And we did 13.
13:43.
What?
So one and a half minutes down.
From the,
Fastest.
to like the Sherry Gods?
No, it's Sami Pajari.
Okay, that's great. Sam is a fantastic guy.
No, Johan Rossell has the fastest time, sorry.
And Johan. And all of them.
See ya.
Ah, what a character George is. Always great to chat to him. Did try a bit of a Scandinavian flick through the final arch there. He said it didn't quite go the way he wanted it to. But he's probably the first driver to come through and say what a beautiful stage that is and how much he's enjoyed it. Everyone else has talked about the challenge of it. But it's certainly good to hear that he had a good time through it. We've had 19 WRC2 cars through so far. Vasilos Villanis is going to be next. And leading the field through the stage in WRC2, as Molly just mentioned, Johan Rossell had the fastest time at 12:12.1. It's Sami Pajari who leads the category though. 28.5 seconds ahead of Robert Verbers, with Johan Rossell in third position overall. able to tell us about this stage.
Good morning. How are things in there?
Hello Molly, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Was actually now for us it was much better. We didn't have a lot of fun. But it's tricky. Thank you very much.
Yeah, definitely a tricky, difficult stage, and that is what's going to wrap up this year's Rally Acropolis on the second pass. Sebastian Ogier was the fastest driver through in an 11:38.6. Tanak and Evans 2.5 seconds behind that time. And then we've got Takakatsuta in fourth through the stage, 4.3 seconds adrift of Ogier. Formeau was fifth fastest, then Neuville and Sordo with Johan Rossell, the fastest driver through in terms of the WRC2 category. As I said, one more stage to go. It's the Wolf Power stage. Extra points on offer there, as well as the Super Sunday points all around that the drivers are fighting for today. Thierry Neuville has the lead of the event as we head into the final stage over Sebastian Ogier. And there is a minute 2.4 seconds between them. Danny Sordo is in third, and he's 20.9 seconds behind Ogier. So that's the way the top three stands. Super Sunday, oh sorry, this is the championship points. I'm getting ahead of myself. Championship points after stage 14 of what is 15 stages. You can see Super Sunday points allocated there as well. And this is the way it stands right now. Of course, one more stage to go. More points on offer there as well. So you've got your Saturday points, which of course were allocated yesterday, and Super Sunday, which is ongoing today. And there's one more for them to really make an effort on. Let's cross now into the service park then and catch up with Kiri and Ivan.
Yeah, indeed we are in the service park. One final time, one final media zone. The full bird's eye view of the beautiful weather that we have here. Now, Ivan will be with me in a second, but Terenzio Testoni just in for a quick chat before we head into that Wolf Power stage. So, Terenzio, it's been a heck of a Rally Greece. What have you made of it all, and what can you take away as Pirelli from it?
Yeah, okay. This one has been really interesting because, you know, last night has been a lot of rain. And then, so many teams, they expected to be much more wet in the stage. This is why mostly they took full soft, but someone, you know, they took also some hard. But it was not actually